All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a first and 10.
Lucky 56. Now let's go.
Now it's Rudolph. And his first look is incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on second and 10.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Now the fourth-year man from Texas A&M, Christian Michael. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Leopard! Leopard! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
All right, here we go. Green 39!
Here's Rudolph. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Four down, check. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now a give, it's Michael. And Michael fumbles it, fumbled the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Set. Green 39.
From the gun on third down, it's Rudolph. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to...
And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw, Rivers. He's going to float this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Rivers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Now let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Rudolph. And his throw here's incomplete. Trevor Williams there on the coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hurry up, here we go.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. It's Christian Michael. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
No, check, Patriot! Watch him now, Barney!
From the 50, it's Rudolph. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's James. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. The Chargers getting set to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
White. We got three, fellas. Hey, go orange. Orange.
Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Here we go. Buffalo wall. White. Check.
A 1st down throw here for Rivers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
White. Red. So
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. Working out of the gun, Rivers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, 1st quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney!
Here's Rudolph now on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. They find some open field here. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Rudolph. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now the second-year man from South Dakota State, it's Zach Zenner. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's get it. Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Rudolph throwing on second down. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This fielded at the 2. He can't get him down. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
And the Chargers coming out of the field now. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwan. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Hey! Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move. 3 down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. It was Joe Hayden, the former Pro Bowler, that came up to get him down.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stuffed him. So now it brings up a 3rd down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put it in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
12.
3rd and short yardage, Rivers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Gordon on 1st down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
Rivers now on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The result, a 1st down as the quick slant gets him 14. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second down, Rivers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey. 4 down.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Open man, it's Allen. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Allen's first catch, good for a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Here's Rivers. Going underneath for Gordon. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll throw again. Rivers stepping up. He's going to keep it. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the 1st.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
White. Load it.
Throwing, Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
On the carry, Michael. And an alley to run. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. They'll run. This is Xander. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
All right, here we go.
On first down, it's Rudolph. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Barney. All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. This one complete right side to McDonald. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On the ground, it's Michael. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, boys, we got 4.
Rudolph looking to throw it. Being chased out left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw, Rudolph. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
He'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he's got the open man. It's Allen on the comebacker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Stay there.
Operating from the gun, Rivers. On the crossing route, complete. It's Williams. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Alpha! Wait! Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it. Ready, hot.
Final play of the half, Rivers. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Rivers now. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here we go.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
The Chargers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
390. Wait.
From the gun, Rivers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's going to be knocked away and incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
On the run, this is Michael. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
On second down, here's Rudolph. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Boom. Sack, baby. Sack. That's right. What's up?
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Over. Hot.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. And he's going to go down again. Denzel Perryman. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Returning, it's Benjamin. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Hey, left.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Let's go. Interception, baby. Let's go.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10.
Tight end's right. What's tight? Tight end's right. Gun!
They'll run it here with Michael. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Detroit! Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
We got four. We got four. Mike 52, Mike 52.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
But it's brought in by Washington. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Here's Rudolph. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a 1st down. On the run, it's Zenner. And he stopped immediately there. He'll be brought down at the 43. Joey Bosa in on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
They'll run a toss play to Michael. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line. The whole blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Rudolph. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Hurry up, here we go.
Here's Rudolph now on 2nd down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. From the 50, it's Rudolph. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 12.
They'll try to throw here. Rivers going deep here for Allen. This is caught inside the 15. And now they are knocking on the door inside Pittsburgh's 10. Rivers to Allen on the hook up there. 46 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
1 man in the backfield, that's Gordon, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. Sutton now to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run here with Zenner. And an alley to run. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Zach Zenner, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage?
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game.
But they certainly aren't afraid to dial up the long ball, and fans dig the long ball. And they absolutely needed it, and guess what? They got it. How about that?
And now a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up. Now whistles and a timeout signaled here by the offense, and that's their first of this second half. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Stand up in. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that. Hey, hot. D-line, get that quarterback. Hey, Rocket.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And that's incomplete. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down one. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Sutton now to return. Oh, good move. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Hey, 4 down.
Rudolph throwing on second down. Flushed out right. And some space here. Space to maneuver at the 40. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Set. 3.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's second and 10 from the 20.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get 3 up to midfield. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
4 down. Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Check tight.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And the Steelers on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7.
Set. 3-19.
They go to Michael again. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Alert! Buffalo wall, Buffalo wall.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Hey, go orange 5-4. Let's get it. Ready. Delta! Delta!
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Rivers has been through this many times as he'll hustle his guys to the line. It wasn't the line that jumped that time, the 2nd level.
No, that's a great observation because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. 2nd level, probably because they moved up to the 1st level, and that hurts them.
Caleb Sturgis now for the Charger field goal. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. Well, befitting a tight game like this, it all came down to the wire, but in the end, the field goal to win, it goes begging.
Oh, man, that is a tough way to lose a football game. You put yourself in position, and you give yourself a chance, but it's just not meant to be.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10.
3 down. All right, now, look at 56.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these 2 teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Pittsburgh, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7. They will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for our visitors, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.